One of the biggest opportunities in tennis is the short ball. It's the perfect opportunity to step inside the court and dictate the point on your terms. But oftentimes, many players really struggle with this type of shot, either by missing the mark, overhitting the shot, or not knowing where to place the ball. So in this video, I'm going to discuss how you can effectively approach, hit, and capitalise on these short balls to start winning more points, and therefore more matches. So what is a short ball? Now, this might change depending on who you are, but in general, a short ball is a ball that lands inside the service box or lands a little bit further back behind the service box. For me, I like to think of a short ball as a ball that bounces shorter than halfway between the baseline and the service line. So in general, it's a ball that gives you the chance to step inside of the court and attack. But an easy looking ball is not as easy to hit as it might seem, as I'm sure you guys are aware of. It's really, really easy to overhit these short balls or place these short balls incorrectly so that your opponent gets back into the point. Without proper preparation, footwork and execution, then this easy short ball can turn into an unforced error. So the first step is to anticipate the short ball. In order to anticipate a short ball, you need to have great reading skills. On a short ball, we want to be able to get up and position ourselves to the short ball as quickly as we can so that we don't miss an opportunity to capitalise on the short ball. So it's really, really important that we're watching what our opponent is doing with their shot. We want to be looking at the key ball characteristics coming off our opponent's shot. So we want to be looking at the height of the ball. We want to be looking at the spin that's created on the ball. We want to be looking at the depth of the ball. Is it going to land shorter or deeper? We're going to want to look at the direction of the ball. Is it going to the forehand side or the backhand side? And we're going to be looking at the speed of the ball. Is it a slow or a fast ball? And these 5 characteristics should help us to determine if the ball is going to drop shorter and if it's going to be an easier ball. But the sooner that we know that we're going to be receiving a short ball, the more likely we're going to be able to capitalise on it, get up to the ball and hit a winning shot or an approaching shot on that ball. So leading on from anticipation is our footwork. So as soon as the ball is hitting our opponent's string, we want to make sure that we're doing a split step. Now the split step is super important because it helps us to react quickly to the incoming ball. And the split step helps us to initiate our movement forward. So after our split step, if we see that shorter ball, we want to start our preparation as soon as we can. So we want to split step and start moving towards that ball. So if it's a really shorter ball inside of the service line, we might end up running to the ball and then taking smaller adjustment steps as we get up closer to the ball. Or if it's a ball that lands a little bit further back, we might split step, take 2 big steps forward and make sure that we're adjusting with small steps around the ball to ensure correct spacing and to ensure that we're on balance on the shot. We don't want to be falling off the shot or reaching to it. If we're reaching to the ball, that means our footwork wasn't quick enough and we needed to get up to that ball a little bit quicker. And in addition to the footwork, we want to make sure that we're in the correct base and stance with our feet as we come up to approach a short ball. Now, in general, on a shorter ball, if we're moving forward into the court, then we're most likely going to be using a closed stance or a neutral stance position on our forehands and backhands. And this is because the closed stance help us to really transfer all of our body weight into the ball as effectively as possible. So another thing to think about as we're preparing for this shot is our shot selection. So in general, your shot selection depends on 3 things. They depend on your opponent's shot, so the ball characteristics of your opponent's shot. Next, they depend on your court positioning. And thirdly, they depend on your opponent's court positioning. So those 3 things you've got to keep in mind when you're coming up to approach a shorter ball. So for example, if my opponent has hit a ball that bounces up high and has not a lot of spin on it, then I might come up and I might really try and flatten out that ball and attack it into my opponent's weakness. So it's really important that you guys kind of understand where your opponent is on the court. For example, if they're far back behind the baseline, you might decide to hit that drop shot. If they're off the court, then you've got to hit it into the space. Or if they're inside the area of the court and you feel like they can recover easily, it might be a better option to just hit into their weakness. And therefore, on the second ball, if they do get that ball back, you will approach the net and you might have an easier volley to play off of your opponent's weaker side. So the next thing that we're going to discuss is how to execute these shots. So in general, for both forehand and backhand side, the most important thing really on the execution phase is, if you can, you've got to get that body weight travelling forward. I see it so often that players are in that kind of no man's land area after they hit that short ball. And if you don't know what no man's land area is, it's somewhere around the service line or a little bit behind the service line. And from there, your opponent has so many angles to play with to hit that passing shot behind you. So it's super important after you've hit your short ball, easy ball, that you follow it into the net with confidence. I do recommend, even if you're not confident in the net, to just come up to the net. And coming up to the net will help you to increase your confidence, because you'll find that maybe, you might be able to put away that easy volley winner, and that will give you a lot more confidence to try and do it again. So don't be scared of the net, guys. Really try and get that body weight moving forward into that ball and travelling forward to the net afterwards. So another really, really important thing when approaching this shorter ball is to really be as loose as you can with your racket. Many players come up to the ball and they're really, really tight with their arm here, and they just can't hit through that ball with that nice, relaxed, effortless power that they could be generating if they have a loose arm and they're relaxed. So it's really a massive mindset thing that you need to try and shift in your brain. You need to try and come up to the ball with as much confidence as you can and not fear missing. And also, it's really important, guys, that you don't think of this ball as, I must hit a winner off it. If you come up to the ball and think, oh God, I've got to hit a winner off this, you're more likely to tense up and just then kind of push the ball back into play. Instead, if you think, okay, where can I place this ball to give myself the best chance of then falling to the net and finishing with a volley winner, then this puts so much less pressure on yourself on that shorter ball. You can then swing more freely into the shot and come to the net afterwards with the confidence that you can put the ball away. So I hope this video has helped you to kind of understand how to prepare, execute and recover from this short ball. And if you found this video useful, then please give it a like and also subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one to come. And guys, I'll see you in my next video.